if you can't do 50% of the work, find a way to give 50% of something else, whether it's emotional, verbal, gifts. Find a way to make up for the other person doing more than their share. Hopefully it's not a forever thing. I know my parents, there was a lot of strain on the family when my father was getting a master's and PhD. He just wasn't around because he worked 40 hours a week and was going to school. So he couldn't logically and emotionally be doing 50% of everything. It probably would have killed him in his early 30s. So for 2 to 5 years, my mother did 75% of everything because she wasn't going to school and she wasn't working at that time because they had a lot of kids. But there should be some form of consistency. If your partner can't be there to do physical, time-consuming labor and tasks, find a way to make up for that in some way. It can be dinners, dates, a gift, verbal thanks, because burnout is a thing. Women, on average, do more than 60 to 70% or even more of emotional labor. Without women tying themselves up in knots and doing gigantic loads of unpaid labor, anniversary, birthday parties, events, parties would never occur in the majority of heterosexual relationships because women do the brunt of labor. I've been told that in a year, the average woman works an extra month and a half of labor just coming home and doing another half a shift. On average, men do anywhere from 1 to 1.5 hours of labor when they come home. Women can work from 2 to 5 hours more every day, unpaid in the home. So find a way that if you can't do 50% of your share because of legitimate reasons, and there are so many, we didn't even tap the the tip of the iceberg of the different reasons. Find a way to make the other person feel appreciated so they don't burn out, they don't get resentful. And if you can, and you do have the time, the emotional availability, the physical labor, do your share. You can be creative about it. You can make work fun. But if your partner doesn't feel like you're a partner who is pulling a load with them, then most relationships don't last if the woman burns out. Because women get resentful very quickly. Marriage has never been equal for the sexes. Women always get the short end of the stick, unless it is a rare scenario. Women do, I think every 2 weeks, 17 hours of additional labor. Times 26 weeks. You've got a month and a half of extra labor. Women aren't paid for the labor when they come home. And there's a lot of weaponized incompetence. There's a lot of taking women for granted. And it even goes the other way. Women take men for granted. Women don't pull their share sometimes. Sometimes women put too much pressure on men to be the provider. Stereotypes and gender stereotypes harm everybody, even the kids. Putting people under that amount of pressure can cause people to burn out, marriages to end, or just resentment. And you don't have to have any kind of relationship or marriage that adheres to any standard. Long as everyone involved is an adult and consents, find a way to live alone or with other people that everyone feels respected and nobody does the brunt of